saw Zizi Young's video that cheered me up. Somebody gets it. It's not just Zizi Young. Oh boy. What I was thinking of was what I wrote. It sounds crazy, but the stuff I wrote in that What is Socialist Economic Development, about anthropology and how you could get notions of God appearing on opposite poles of the earth, like in Greece and in the Andes, had so much in common, and it was because of what the surface of the earth has in common is all the life on it. It's all mixed up, but it's also had a common origin which is obscure to us, and it's that common origin. Everything that has happened since is, in a sense, encoded in the movements of everything that's happened after that. So it's that book by Ilya Prigogine and Isabelle Stengers called Order Out of Chaos is quite an interesting book. They talk about we need to get a new notion of time, and this idea of controlling chaos. Chaos is actually very easy to, I think, will in the end be very easy to control when you don't try and direct it towards some particular goal. Something like the butterfly effect of the movement of a butterfly being ultimately somehow an efficient cause of a hurricane going one way or another. If you think the more life there is on Earth, the more and the freer it is to move and evolve, the less of that kind of chaos, the less that kind of chaos will be evident. It will look like chaos if you don't know all the motions of all the particles. But if you take a view of if humanity can organize, we can organize ourselves so that we we can organize ourselves so that we go with the flow of the natural forces like the weather, the climate. So you don't make a plan to make some particular piece of china green and execute that plan, because that willful intention will have consequences that A, you don't understand, and B, you presumably don't care about, otherwise you wouldn't have just made that one plan. So what we have to do as a whole is humanity has to learn to adapt our plans according to what we learn about our environment, because our environment is mostly produced by our actions. And when that informatic feedback is built into planning systems, we need to be able to be flexible about plans. We need to have if you're making a business plan, you don't know what environment your business plan is supposed to be success in, what you need is the infrastructure to allow your business plan to adapt to whatever you learn about how the environment is. And if ultimately your business plan ends up being to build up a business and break it into little pieces and have each of them go separate directions into parts of other projects that might eventually produce something, that needs to be an option. You don't want to lose all the value of everything you've done just because your initial plan didn't come out. And that's what we need systems to help us with, because no individual can take in so much data. If you try, it kind of drives you mad. That's my experience. If you try in your own mind resolve all the possible futures, it's kind of delusion anyway, because you don't know really what they are. You have a very, very small window through which you view the world. It doesn't matter who you are, you're not going to be able to see the big picture ever. You're never going to see the big picture yourself, because the big picture is generated by the sharing of the little pictures. It's like what I was talking about, people aggregating news rather than producing original content. Aggregate the news that you have and make it into your picture, and let others do the same. We need mass media, in the real sense of it being mass, not point controlled. That is not mass media. That's broadcast media or something. That's real media, real communications media will encourage and reward coherence, whereas media today seems to encourage and reward, I don't know what it is. It's rubbish. There's a percussionist group, they're quite good, playing at the traffic lights for money. The police don't seem to bother them. That's if you're a bona fide artist. This poor guy down here is not going to get much. The police came and picked up a lot of people. I don't want to get involved. I don't even want to talk to them. When a police car comes past, I take a walk around the block. Two. I don't know what they do. Thank you, Gigi. You really, really cheered me up. Thank you so much. Everything